Ratana'S 100% Group, Alhambra, California. The blessings of the great Ratana'S 100% Group, Alhambra, California. How fortunate, oh, beloved ones of the light, that you have entered into this great stream which is endless in its onward journey into your perfection. We, who have gone the way and know the requirements of all mankind, stand by, always waiting the opportunity to give all possible assistance at this time, in cooperation with the great cosmic law. Think of the privilege you have today in this understanding of the light, in being the light, in calling the light into action, in calling your mighty tube of light into action from the mighty I Am Presence, to hold its invincible protection about you. How did we attain our freedom? By that very identical activity, first, by the acknowledgement of our mighty God Presence, the mighty I Am. Second, by calling it into action to produce that mighty tube of light, invisible to all human discord and creation. Then, we were able to hold ourselves in the balance between the human and the divine, to allow our mighty presence to pour its mighty intelligent energy through our bodies, out through 76 ascended masters, the heart, into our worlds, and have the perfection which it is. Beloved ones, only those who have gone the way that all mankind must go into the ascension, know what your requirement is. The one who has not yet attained cannot possibly know. Therefore, your only intelligent information must come from those who have made the journey just a little ahead of you. We have made that journey and therefore are able to give you assistance, as yet little understood. Even the greatest of your heart's comprehension of the assistance which is at hand is little, in comparison with what you will ere long understand. Please be aware of this, for only as you progress by holding your attention to your mighty I Am Presence, and the great host of ascended masters, will you steadily and surely ascend, ascend, and ascend, until you pass the balance of the human into the divine. Then will you suddenly become aware of a clearness, an alertness, and fullness of the power of your presence within you and your world. Then will your decree, then will your call to the presence be answered instantly. With ourselves, no longer is there anything within our consciousness or world that causes an effect of anything but perfection. Therefore, when we call to the presence, instantly it is done. If we require something through a precipitated activity, it is there. The world of substance obeys us in whatever octave it may be. In your octave of human experience, the substance is necessarily very dense, but as you ascend from one octave into another, the substance becomes more pliable, more easily brought into the form which you decree. Therefore with us, we have but to feel, express the desire, and it is there in manifested form. You are rapidly approaching the time when you can extend your hand and receive the manifestation. Only as human doubts and fears have caused mankind, yourselves included, to limit the power of the life which beats your heart to express more fully, are you yet unable to call and have it answered instantly. Yet among the students all over America there are those who are being answered almost instantly. The messenger before you has come to find that he can call and it is answered, he can decree and it is fulfilled almost instantly. So today we want to convey this truth to you, into your feeling world. Tonight, while I speak to you, there will come forth into your feeling world the truth which I speak to you, through the power of radiation. It will hold its anchorage within your feeling world, to render you the service required. I know it is not easy for the human to realize the simplicity, the power with which these great laws cause manifestation, or how you may manipulate 78. This substance about you and fulfill the requirement, which is your need today or in the future. Therefore, as you continue to decree for greater and greater perfection to fill your world, through the momentum there gathers tremendous speed, and you not only gain in confidence, but in your activity. Therefore you will find as you go forth in your application, each time it acts more quickly. But watch out, dear hearts, that you do not try to make your application until you have reminded yourselves that when you call your presence into action, it knows no resistance or interference, but it proceeds with the power of the universe to fulfill your requirements. This is so imperative for you to keep before the outer consciousness. Then your application will act with tremendously greater speed, because the human, through momentum and that which is within your feeling world of which you are unaware, will many times seemingly obstruct your way. Until you learn that it is necessary to remind the outer intellect that no human creation is an obstruction in the way, when you call forth the energy from the presence, into you, through you, and out into your world, Now then, you may call your presence to project forth a ray of light, and the presence fulfills the condition for that service. But for your victory, through yourself must come the radiance which will one day set you free. You can give great service even now, by calling your presence to project the rays of light and send the energy forth to perform the service of the light. But for you to gain the victory, remember it must come through the purifying of your human form, in order for you to have your eternal victory. After these 2 years of close association with you, do you realize how close has become that association? Perhaps you do not see us, but does that prove that we are not moving about among you? Not at all. Remind your outer intellect that many of the things you are using in your outer world you do not see, yet you accept them, do you not? Just tonight, when you heard the broadcast, you did not see the speaker, you did not see the lines or wires connecting you with that which produced the action, did you? Yet you heard it, you received its blessing, and it was quite natural to you. Why cannot mankind receive the reality, the blessing of the great host of ascended masters, as readily as they receive the blessing of your radio, or the use of the airplane whose propeller becomes invisible in its power to carry you forward? Yet it is their acting. Therefore, dear ones, with your attention called to these various activities which are blessing you, but yet invisible, you will see how practical is this understanding of the ascended masters. They alone represent the perfection of the mighty I Am Presence. 80 Ascended Masters. One day you will become as we are. It is not a matter of can you, but you have to. Understand that, please, will you not? It is not a matter of your choice. One day, you are compelled to enter our world, the octave of the Ascended Masters. Your acceptance today of this instruction and full power of the mighty I Am Presence will enable that to come about with a speed which will cut off many embodiments. Do you realize, oh, precious ones, that in this understanding of your mighty I Am Presence and the blessing which the Ascended Masters, the Legion of Light, and the great cosmic beings offer you, with earnest attention to your presence, you can acquire in this embodiment what might take many? Remember, precious ones, when your attention is earnestly given to your presence, that instant your ascension has begun. Do not let the human, your own or anyone else's, be foolish enough to say to you, that cannot be. I tell you it is. And who should know better than we who have gone the way? Now then, if the human intellect is too arrogant to believe the law of which we are the fulfillment, then we cannot assist. But those who will believe the truths we speak to them, because we are actually the fulfillment of those truths, then we can be of almost limitless assistance to them. This is what we are offering the precious children of the light who have been drawn under the radiation of our beloved Saint Germain. You know, it is said that I resemble Saint Germain. Well, I feel quite honored. Remember, oh, people of America, Saint Germain is the one who has enabled this freedom to come to you. No other one of the Ascended Masters, dear hearts, came forth, stood his ground, and fulfilled that which he declared was and could be. He has proved that he knew whereof he spoke. Today, a great number of your blessed people of America are proving for themselves the great truths which he uttered. He has worked, has labored, for more than 200 years for your beloved America, my beloved America. Do you not think that we love America as well as you? Knowing that America must be the cup that carries the light that lights the world, do you not think we should love your America as only those who see with unlimited vision can love? While I give you beloved ones great credit for your ability to love, our ability far transcends yours. Does that sound strange to you? Not at all. Only as you become free in the light, do you realize how fragmentary is your ability to release the unlimited power of divine love to bless everywhere. As this good messenger has told you, when Saint Germain, for his instruction, released that great flood of love. 82 Ascended Master. In his presence, he knew that he had never known what real love was before. So it will be with you, as you ascend, and ascend, and ascend, higher and higher, into the consciousness and activity of your presence. Then, too, will you understand that in your greatest outpouring to those on earth you love, it is but a fragmentary part of that with which you will flood the world in the greater understanding and acceptance of your mighty I Am Presence. Mankind should not feel that they have to be with each other in physical form to pour forth that great love. As these two beloved messengers have come to know, their love for each other is perhaps 20 times greater than it was before they entered into this great stream of light and activity. Yet sometimes for days they scarcely see each other in the service they are rendering. So we want you to know, dear hearts, there is no absence in the presence and power of divine love. Whether you are held within each other's embrace, or whether you are miles apart, it makes no difference, and should not make any difference in the outpouring of your love and the loyalty of that love to each other. We rejoice exceedingly in the privilege that we have, to be of assistance, O, beloved ones. Your precious hearts are reaching out so intensely, not only for freedom, but for your ascension. Just think what has been accomplished in so short a time, little more than 2 years. Oh, precious ones here in California, in a little more than 1 year you have gained within your precious hearts that wondrous conviction, feeling, and desire for the ascension, which it is possible for you to attain. Think of it. People who have been in this understanding of the I am for only 1 year, before coming into it, could not have even conceived such a thing was possible. Yet today thousands and thousands have accepted, in the fullness of their feeling, the reality of their ascension, and are working toward it with all earnestness. As you have been told before, precious hearts, if for any reason you do not accomplish your ascension in this embodiment, in your understanding, application, and powerful reaching forth for it, you would be certain to make it in the next embodiment. Remember, you carry with you everything of the achievement you have attained so far. Now, with the use of the violet consuming flame, you can dissolve all discordant creations about you. Then when you return again, you have nothing to meet here but the glory and perfection which the understanding of this presence holds for you. Its perfection waits to meet you. Then instead of your human creation, the blazing light meets you here, you go forth quickly in that blazing light, into your ascension in the next embodiment. 84 Ascended Mind. Pardon me if I talk too rapidly. We rejoice today in the glory that is yours and in the great expansion of the light within your precious hearts. We see it, dear ones, as clearly as you see the faces of each other. We see and know your achievement. This is why in these wondrous days, we utilize every opportunity to convey to you words of encouragement. Not only do those words go forth, but our radiation pours out through those words and acts within your feeling world, although you may not yet comprehend much of it. The light is acting there just as surely as I am telling you. In our radiance, even now, many of you feel its glory within your heart, the warmth and radiance of the divine love from your presence. Even as I call it forth, the chest area of the messenger is almost glowing enough for you to see it physically, and that light is acting within you. In your 100% groups, I say this to you tonight, a great service is being rendered America and the world, but do you know that something else is being done for you individually? Just for a moment feel this deeply. We are trying in many ways to bring your 100% groups to a certain achievement. This is why you were impelled to start them. We want to bring you to a point where we can show you the manifestation of these inner powers, which will enlighten all tremendously who are prepared for it. This good messenger has had to receive certain preparation. Each one who dictates must have that one's own radiance established within and about him, to enable us to flash these words before him which he conveys to you. This has now become such a natural activity. There is only a breath between our visibility and the radiance which went forth from his shoulders to the waist tonight, in this light which I have called forth into action within you. As the 100% groups are more and more prepared for it, who knows when some very delightful, beautiful thing will suddenly show you all the proof you want of that which the messengers have so earnestly endeavored to convey to you. This is not an imaginary thing. We are not imaginary beings. As the great divine director said last night, we are really more real than you are. Perfection is real, more real than that which contains imperfection, is it not? Therefore, we are the reality. Oh, beloved ones, it is such a beautiful thing to come into this closeness with you, wherein we can reach into your heart and feeling world and give the assistance that you so much crave. All mankind must have this until they come to a certain point of self-mastery. As you understand this, deeper and deeper gratitude comes forth. Then you prepare the way more and more, not only for the greater flood from your presence, but for that which we can give to you. 86 Ascended Mind. We love to hold your hands, and sometimes we move about you when you least expect it. From anywhere we are, we need but to direct our attention to you to see what is required. When you give your attention to us, your presence first and then to us, your radiance, your ray of light comes to us like an arrow. We know it and come back on your ray of light with all that is required or permitted. Do you not see, oh, beloved ones, how practical is all of this mighty activity? Now, while I am speaking these words, try to accept the feeling of how practical is every particle of this so-called transcendent activity. It is transcendent from the human sense, but it is also practical and natural. The activity of the Ascended Masters is the most practical thing in the world. As you come to feel that, you will enable us to do so much more for you. Then, so much greater assistance can be given than if you felt it was something too transcendent for you yet to reach. Mankind has gone on throughout the centuries since the time of Jesus and his ministry, feeling he was a being so far beyond them that he could not be reached. His heart has ached so many times for mankind when he wanted to come close and give assistance, yet the very feeling of individuals held him away at a great distance. Once you learn the power of your feeling world, what a transformation will take place in your life. Hold your feeling harmonious to the great presence. Call it with great determination into action to produce its perfection and hold its dominion in your world. Oh, then the joy, the beauty, the freedom, and the happiness that is yours. Oh, dear hearts, you do not need longer remain in unhappiness of any kind. Oh, do not let the human any longer have dominion to make you unhappy. The great light which gives you life and beats your heart is free, oh, so free. Yet the ignorance of the human tries to bind that light and to say to that which the light produces, you are mine. You must obey me. What nonsense! Oh, the freedom of the light to give every human being freedom. Once mankind learns to do that, then very great will be the happiness mankind will experience. Is it not a tragedy, dear hearts, when human beings, for any reason whatsoever, try to bind others to them? It is not the law of life. Freedom is the law of life. That does not mean license to do wrong things, not by any means. But it does mean in the feeling world each one should let every other one be perfectly free. Just call their mighty I Am presence into action and feel it. Then all must be in perfect, harmonious accord. This does not mean that men and women should go out and pick up with each other's wives and husbands or anything of the kind. That is not freedom. It is worse bondage than ever. 88 Ascended. Because when mankind sets up causes, God alone knows how far-reaching are the effects. Freedom means, in your feeling world, to let everyone feel the full glory of his own presence. Wonderful! Wonderful! Wonderful indeed! Only we who have attained that freedom know just how wonderful it is. Tonight I wish to remind you how very wonderful is the adoration your songs to these great ones. Oh, it is very wonderful. That harmony and rhythm of your love and adoration pouring forth to them in song, enables them to come back to you in a transcendent manner which words could not describe. Tonight you sang so wonderfully, really. You know there are two kinds of singing, one that sings from the intellect and the other that sings from the heart. You have heard singers who were as cold as ice, haven't you? Then, you have heard those whose very radiance glows with the loving kindness of the wondrous presence and activity within them. Those sing from the heart. You, tonight, sang from the heart. You know the poetical phrase, two hearts that beat as one. It is far more than that, many hearts are beating as one tonight. Oh, dear ones, do you not see how, in the acknowledgement of the great, the mighty presence, all the world becomes an expression of divine love? All the world becomes lovers, expressing divine love. Do you not see how wonderful it is? These beloved messengers have learned to do that, to pour forth such a power of divine love to the students that it gives them happiness they never knew existed before in their love to each other. Their love before was very great, and yet it was not a fragment in comparison to this great love of the mighty I Am presence, which pours forth to flood the world of the students everywhere. Oh, precious ones, you have entered into a world of light, love, freedom, and perfection. Accept it unto its fullness in all activity of you and your world. Remember, dear ones, no longer need you accept or hold within you the slightest inharmony in your bodies, for you know now the light in your heart, your physical heart in your body, is your mighty I Am presence acting there. I leave this statement with you tonight. Remember, your heart is your mighty I Am presence acting within your human form. Therefore, its radiance pouring forth in every cell of your body through the threads of light that come forth, and the points of light within those cells, enables you to be a dynamo of the energy from your heart. Then to think that mankind should ever have thought anyone could have heart trouble. It is never the heart that is troubled, dear hearts. It is your feeling, just your feeling that is troubled, not the heart. So remember, remind yourselves, oh, precious 90 ascended ones, that your heart here, giving life to your body and circulation through it, is your mighty I Am presence in your human form. Do you not see then, how you cannot help but feel the closeness, the reality of your mighty I Am presence within you, producing its perfection instantly at your command? At your command, a great intensified activity must sweep out all imperfection of every kind. Many times this good messenger has been brought to those who were so ill and weak that they could not walk, and after 20 minutes got up and walked with full strength, showing that the trouble which was thought to be the heart was only a human concept in the feeling world of that individual. As soon as that was removed from the feeling world, the strength of the presence was there. Oh, do not limit yourselves again in any manner whatsoever, precious ones. I plead with you. Your mighty I Am presence is your storehouse of health, strength, supply, money, happiness, joy. Everything you require is here. The fullness of it is anchored there. It is ready to pour forth, without limit, everything you require. Will you not accept that? So far as your money supply is concerned, will you not accept your presence as your storehouse? Then, if channels are necessary for your supply, those channels must work in harmony for your supply. Do you not see how it cannot fail? If any of you are lacking for your money supply in any way, it is because in your feeling world there is the consciousness of your limitation. In the intellect you are not aware of this obstruction acting in your feeling. Then say, mighty I Am presence, take out of me the feeling that is obstructing the way. You release your supply of money I require in the service of the light. Oh, precious ones, do you not see it could not fail, not for one moment? We want you to become fully conscious that your presence holds ready to pour forth at any given moment everything that you require for your happiness and comfort. After all, it is through your joy and happiness that the release comes quickly of everything your presence holds for you. As you stand before the chart of your presence each day, feel its joy and happiness surging forth, and filling your world and home. It will do it so much more powerfully than anything mankind has yet conceived through the human activity. Tonight, oh, beloved ones, you shall go forth carrying my joy, my happiness, my consciousness of your supply of every good thing which you require for use. It shall remain active there within your feeling world. I so decree it. Will you not accept this in its fullness for your freedom? How do I know that which I desire to anchor within your feeling world? 92. For your use is acting there? By the activity of the light within you. Even as I issued that decree, this moment the light expands within you in response to my great desire to help you. That is how we know whether our decree or desire for your assistance is acting or not. I am grateful that you are able to accept my humble service which I have offered. In the fullness of the great light, the light of the world, I call its activity to hold you in its wondrous embrace, raising you, until that moment when you suddenly feel yourself wholly free from every limitation. And you call forth through your greater understanding this blessing for all mankind. Do you realize, oh, beloved ones, tonight in this hour we have been in a heavenly, eternal sanctuary of the light? It will always continue to expand for you. My love enfolds you forever, and may your acceptance make it ever more and more possible for our assistance to come to you. I thank you.